Hello students, today we will going to see the next part, that is drafting. Basically, what is drafting? The drafting is nothing but, in short, converting a 3D model into a 2D with its different views, with its different dimensions. So this is the drafting we normally call as this is a drafting, where we have two different views along with its different dimensions. That is somewhat we call as a drafting. So today we are going to see the drafting over here. Go start mechanical design and go here drafting here. Again you find four different layouts are over here. The first layout gives you the empty sheet. The second layout gives you all kind of views, maybe front view, top view, side view, right view, isometric view. This gives you bottom view, front view, right view, and this gives you simply front view, top view, and left hand side view. In short, this is by using a first angle one, and this is by using a third angle projection method. Now here we have the ISO standard sheet format A1 ISO, paper size this, and global scale is this. If you want, you can keep this sheet size or sheet format as it is, or you can go for the modified. Click here modify. You find here different standards: ANSI, ASME, ISO, GIS standards. So select the standard as per your requirement. So I'm selecting this one, ISO, and here in sheet style you find a different sizes of sheet starting from A0, A1 up to C5. So again, depending upon your requirement, you select any one. So I'm selecting initially here as A1 ISO, and again here we have the portrait. See over here, portrait or landscape. Again, the choice is entirely up to you, and say OK. To avoid this message comes again and again, if you want, you can click over here and say OK. I'll say OK. So this is simply the drafting area. If I click over here, see what happened. This may on over here. Now here we have again this particular tree, and here we have the different toolbars with different commands. Now let me clear. If you want to modify the sheet properties, you simply right click on this one, go into your properties, and if you want, you can change your sheet name. I will go with the trial as a TRAIL, trial as my sheet name. If you want, you can change the scale. If you want, you can change the format again from A0 to C5, and similarly if you want, you can change the portrait to landscape or vice versa, and similarly you change the first angle to third angle or third angle to first angle. So such provisions are here, so by of which you can go with your requirement. If it is done, say apply, say OK. So in this way you can change the sheet properties as per your convenience. See, initially here sheet 1 was there, right now it is trial 1. Okay, so to understand this particular drafting, we require different toolbars. The first we required a view, then second we required this dimensions, and meanwhile we required different toolbars also. Similarly, somewhere I required this one profile like toolbar. Okay, now one thing is very important over here, that before going to do a drafting of any part, of any assembly, of any component, the part must open at the back end or at the background. So to do an drafting, the part or component or assembly must open in a background. So I simply call the part of whom I want to do and drafting. So this is my simple part of whom I will show you how to do drafting of this one, right? So that is the primary requirement. Suppose if this one is closed, no part is open at the background, drafting is not possible. See how. Now see this one, in this particular view one, this is active, this is active, and rest are disactive, right, or inactive. Now if I close the part, see what happened, this automatically get deactive, right, or get switched off in other words. So to make this highlighted one, we required part must open at the background of this particular one. So I'll simply call this once again, yeah, and here see now this is active. So this is primary requirement, you can see. Okay, now the next one is to simply call the part into this area. What we're supposed to do, we simply call it by using this particular one. So I'm clicking over here. Now it is now active or highlighted. So simply call this one. There are two methods. The first one is go here window and select this one, right, window and select this one, and the second alternate method is simply press Control Tab key. So you will jump on it, Control Tab key. Okay, now I want a drafting like this, whose front view is look like this one and whose left hand side view is look like this one. So as per this one, you simply select your plane. Now see, when I select the plane in here, oriented preview which comes over here, see, yeah, so my view is look like this one. If I select another plane which is look like this one, if I select or simply putting my cursor on my particular job or a particular axis or particular plane, it is look like this one. So when I select this one, click, single click over here, you directly come or jump into the drafting zone. Now you adjust your views as per your requirement. Means here again compass is here. If you want, you can change it, you can rotate it as per your convenience, right? So such provision is here. Okay, and if you are satisfied with those views, then and only then you click outside of this one. And remember, once you click on the outside of this box, reverse is not possible, Control Z is not possible. So before clicking on the outside of this particular box, make sure be confirm that all the views are in right position as per my requirement, as per my drawing, then and only then you click. Okay, I will okay with this particular views and I will click on the outside. Now see, now these views are comes into picture, right? This red one indicates the active window. If you want to do active, this left one, double click over here, this get active one. See, okay, so again choice is yours. Now I'll simply click on the red one and simply drag this one. If you want, you can jointly drag this, or if you want, you can drag with single one, right? Okay, now this is my A0 size sheet, right, and the drawings are looking very small, those are not visible with my naked eye. So what I'm supposed to do, I'm simply increasing the scaling of this one. How to increase the scaling? Again, click over here, go into the properties and change the scaling to 1. See, okay. So in this way, if you want, you can increase the scaling or you can decrease the scaling as per your sheet 1. Okay, now but as per drawing here are only two views, so what I supposed to do, I simply delete the top view. How to delete? Right click and say delete. So in this way I delete same. Okay, if I want I can drag this and bring it out closer to this particular one. Okay, now just a minute. Okay, fabulous. Now here are the four circles, right? So this is a left view. So on the front view there must be a projection, there must be a hidden lines, center lines, right? So those are not visible over here. So to make them as a visible in the front view, what I will do, I will simply select the front view, right click on it, go in its properties and simply active the dress of one, hidden lines, center lines, axis, thread if there. Okay, apply and say okay. Now see, in this way we can simply call the different dress of hidden line, center line, okay, axis. Similar to that of here also we require some center lines, hidden circles. So select the left view, right click, go into its properties, hidden line, center line, axis, apply and okay. Yeah. So in this way we can simply call the hidden parts. Okay, now this front view is not visible, right, to our eye. So to increase its font size, simply double click on this one and here go and increasing its text height, say okay. Now see, in this way you can increase its height. To do this in repeating means maybe again and again, you simply use the match property over here. So select this, go and match property and select this one. So in this way we can use the match properties. To going again, double click on, then in put the text height. This is simply avoiding the repeating task, so you can use the match property over here. Okay, now let's come up with the different dimensions. So the height is 75. So here we have the next toolbar, that is dimension. So select the first one here. Again here we have the different varieties. So select the appropriate one and select the first one, select the second one and simply drag it. So this is the 75 which is not visible properly. So select this, it's highlighted by some orange color and simply increase its height, dimension height. Okay, now it is properly visible. Similarly give all the rest dimensions, double simply zoom in, this is 20, this one is 40 and select the, yeah, this one is 8. Okay, done. Now use a match property. First select this one, okay, and select the first three dimensions to whom I apply the property. Select the match property and apply this dimension properties on these three. Yeah, so in this way we can use the dimensions. Similarly on here we have the different diameters. So go with this one, and if you want you can give this one, it appears as a radius, right? If you want you can change to radius to diameter. So here you have the diameter. So this is first one, this one is second, this one is third, this one is fifth. You put as per your convenient, and this one is this. Okay, fine. So these are the different diameters. Again same, apply the dimension property of this to rest of this one. So select one by one, by holding the control key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the match property and apply this to here. Okay, done it. Okay, now here you find these are the different diameter symbol, right? But here no diameter symbol is comes into picture. So what to do? To simply select this one here, put the diameter, right? Similarly here put diameter, similarly put diameter, select this, go here, put diameter, go over, put diameter. So in this way but not visible on the screen, or if because of some it not active properly, so do by using the same technique. Okay, here the written as a 4 into 5 6 means 4 holes with a diameter of 6. Then how to write this? So simply select this dimension, right click, go into the properties, and here we have the dimension text, and in the dimension text you simply type 4 and cross here, 4 and cross here, say apply. Now see it comes. If you want you can delete the space between this, say apply, yeah, say okay. So in this way you can make use of the dimension line as well as the extension one, and you can use the same. Similarly here radius are there, so we will assign the radius here, go for the radius, yeah, okay. Similarly here also we'll go with the radius, yeah, fine. Again these are the two so small, so select 1, 2, go into apply properties, and here, yeah, fine. Now in this way we can come up with the same. Now here radius is missing, let's check here is no radius. So what to do? Again right click, go into properties and type here as capital R in dimension text, say okay. See, similarly remember in dimension text, if you want you can simply type over here, say apply, see, say okay. So in this way you can make use of this one, radius. Here we have something in the particular rectangle box which comes over here, and this we nothing, we simply call as the below not below photo, we simply call this as title box, right? So how to call this title box? So simply go into the edit, go into the sheet background. After going to sheet background, go into here insert, drawing, and title box. And here we have the different kinds of sample, so select any one and say apply and say okay, yeah. So it comes over here. Now the very interesting things comes over here is when I'm selecting the background sheet, the working drawings are deactivated, means nothing is happen in these two boxes. If I want to delete, I can't, but here we can change it, everything, right? If you want you can change this one, this one, this one, because right now we are working only for this one, not for this, clear? So when we are going for the sheet background one, we are working only on this particular title block. Now I will go for the working views. Now in the working views these two are activated, but this one is deactive. See, nothing happens with this one. So that is the difference. When I select the sheet background, only background is editing, and when I go for the working views, only working views are editing. So this is simply about simply things about the drafting. I hope the part is clear to all of you that this is how Thank you very much.